How's it going, everybody, with another video? Today we got the reality of being a YouTuber. Now, someone that is a YouTuber, but a very, 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 very small one. I don't really know how it is, so I would be interested to see how it would be if I was popular. So we're gonna have to get into it. But if you guys do enjoy, like and subscribe. Check out the original video down in the description. Hope you're doing it. Hope you're having a good one, and let's get straight into it.
A little over 3 years ago, on September, what was the date again? How do I not even remember? September 8th of 2022, I posted my very first video. And like most people, my first video was absolute garbage. Have y'all ever waked and baked before? You know, when you wake up.
You just get fucking high as soon as you wake.
It's such a simple idea. Just get fucking high.
And after 3 years on this channel and 5 years on YouTube altogether, a question that I get commonly asked is, what is it actually like to do YouTube? Now, a 9-to-5 job is 100% harder than content creation. Do not get me wrong there. But it's also not a walk in the park either. There's a lot of stuff that you have to understand.
I mean, I think what I do is pretty easy. It's just like I make a video like this, edit it, takes about 5 minutes, then I post it, and then I get views. That's about it. It does take time out of my day, I will say. Especially when I make a video that's like 30 minutes long, or if I do especially with the oh my god, a gaming video. I will be doing that soon. I just need the time for it because it's about 2 hours of a gameplay. But I will say, when I do make a gaming video, it does take a lot more time. It takes about 3 hours fully to do, because editing it in editing a gaming video is a whole lot harder than editing one of these videos, because all I edit out of these videos is like the ads, the beginning of my recording and the ending of my recording after I say, have a good one, guys, because obviously, I can't just be like, bye, guys, and then press a button. It doesn't work like, I mean, I wish it did, to be honest. I'm sure there is something I could do for it, but I would say it's very easy what I do right now. I would love to be, doing this full time, but I not big enough to do that. Which is why you guys should subscribe. Help me out. Get this channel to 1,800 in the next week. Be really appreciated. Let's get straight back into it. I'm yapping too much.
And about the YouTube algorithm and how it works. I'm still learning about it myself. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I first started, I definitely got a bit lucky. A lot of people at the time were blowing up making these type of videos. The premise of these videos were pretty simple. You would draw stickmen and just tell stories about your life. I always really liked storytime animation YouTubers, but I never really had any interest in art or drawing. So this was perfect. And I thought to myself, you know what, bro? It's time to fire up this channel. Now, when I started this channel, I had no clue what my mascot was going to be. I remember this show out of nowhere. It was called Peep in the Big Wide World. And I would watch this show a lot when I was growing up. So I fired up Microsoft Paint and I took inspiration from this bird character in the show. And that's how I even ended up coming up with the mascot for my channel. Now, for the month of September, I was posting pretty consistently. I dropped 3 videos. And then in October, I took a break because I saw no results. And that's the first reality that I had to realize, is that you're not going to get results right away. When you post videos, it's going to take a bit to get your channel off the ground. So I decided at the end of October, I was going to go all in with this channel. And eventually, as we get to November, I posted my first big video, Types of Kids in High School. Now, 3 years later, I could definitely say that this was a rough watch. Sometimes there's just certain arcs that you
I will say, back in I watched my first ever like reaction video. It obviously wasn't like drastically different than this one, but it definitely was. I definitely could tell that I was like not really totally sure to do on, especially I had to keep clicking off the video to make sure I was recording, because I actually had one monitor at the time, and with one monitor, I don't actually say this, but when I'm in college, I only have one monitor. So I have no idea how my video is looking right now, which is sometimes a lot of times the reason why some videos my face is frozen, because I'm not sure what's on my other screen. When I'm at home, I have 3 monitors. Well, I have 2 monitors. I can't get 3 because I do have 3 monitors. I have one monitor that's vertical, as you guys know. You guys have seen the setup. That basically just shows me everything of OBS, which is a lot of times why you see me looking off to the side, because I'm making sure everything's all situated and everything. And sometimes I actually do watch the video on the other monitor, just make sure everything's smooth and everything like that. I don't really know. I don't. Look at this. This is all I got. I got this. And I got this. That's all I know. I have to click off every single time if I want to check that. But yeah, it's pretty bad. But I did notice when I first started making, I was like not able to commentate on a lot of things because I didn't really know what to commentate on. But I think now I'm a little bit better at it. I do got to get better at speaking though, because I do like just blabber on about nonsense 90% of the time.
That you do not want to look back on. Now, after the success of that video, I realized that videos about school, childhood, and nostalgia were doing really well for me at the time. The first mistake I made was deciding to make majority of my channel that. Looking back, this was a terrible idea. At this point, I definitely should have been experimenting with different topics and making myself really stand out as a creator. There's probably like 30 videos about school on this channel. Like school buses, health class in a high school, the worst classes in school, the problem with school baths then.
Oh my gosh. I think we've reacted to like 5 videos that were on school.
You gotta do what's working, obviously. That's just YouTube 101 right there. But those 3 things were all what I was doing on my channel. I was singing the same song, bro. I needed to change it up. I get it. People really like those videos, so I
will say, I did make these kind of videos that are like 10 minutes. And those videos did okay. But I will say, I thought, those kind of, that time frame of videos were going to do really well and do better than the longer videos, because I know a lot of people, when I watch my videos, they're just like, all right, I'm going to sit down quickly and watch a video, and it doesn't really matter. But then I started making a little bit of longer videos. Those videos did pretty well. I got like 500 to 1,000 views on those kind of videos, which was pretty good. Shout out to one of my friends that actually told me to do longer videos, because they're actually smart. If he's watching this, my friends don't really watch my videos because I don't really tell them about it, but still, shout out to that guy. But yeah,
kept making them, which I really do appreciate, but I was just doing too much. It was like every single time people would see a video on my channel, they knew rent was due. It was that bad. But this was working well for me at the time, and I was able to turn YouTube into a full-time career. But what I didn't realize is that this period was going to end soon, and eventually I was going to enter.
Oh yeah, I've definitely had that. I think in the summertime when we did 50 states in 50 days, I had 20 to 30 views every hour, like constantly gaining views. And then as soon as that series stopped, it's bad. It's pretty bad. It's like 5 to 7 views now, but I'm still gaining views like every hour, but it's pretty bad.
A down period. Now, in every business, there is a business cycle. It's not just up forever. There's no way it can be up forever. How? Like, if you don't experience a down period at all, how are the up periods gonna feel insane? During the up periods, you may feel untouchable.
Oh no, it was actually great. Last summer when I did that, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then I'm gonna go up from here. I went drastically down. Now I did gain a lot of subs. I gained around 500 subs in this past like half a year. So not the best, but I'm not doing too bad right now because I was at 1,400. I was actually at 1,500 for a long time, and then I stopped posting and took a long break. And then I started to be, it was actually crazy of how I had the idea to come back to YouTube. I was just sitting in my room, like, I think the beginning of summer, I was like, why am I not doing anything? I'm so bored. And I was like, let me log in. And I'm so glad I did, because now I'm doing this like at least weekly or at least daily to make videos, and I love it.
You may feel like you did it. You finally made it out. You're going to turn this into a full-time job. You can't believe the numbers you're seeing on your screen. And eventually, when that down period hits, it can hit you like a truck, bro, if you really let it affect your self-esteem. But during these times, you just have to remember to, 1, be grateful for what you have right now and to never take that for granted. And 2, there will always be new opportunities for content strategies. And eventually, you will figure out how to bounce back out of it. But numbers dipping is going to have an effect on anybody. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it's about how much you let it affect you, though. You gotta keep the numbers up as a YouTuber. Otherwise, the lights are getting shut off. It will definitely put fire under your ass to keep making videos, but getting too wrapped up in numbers will affect your content negatively. Now, when it comes to making content as a YouTuber, it is important to develop a healthy work-life balance, which I did not do. Now, in 2024, I was doing YouTube full-time, and at this point, YouTube was my entire life. It was really bad. All I thought about was YouTube. It was like I was eat, sleep, and breathing YouTube. And what I needed was to actually set my own hours for myself. When you're doing YouTube, it could just be so easy to decide, you know what? Yeah, f this, bro. I'm not working today. And then one day you can just overwork yourself to the point where...
Oh, that's 100% me. I had a day in the summertime when I just was bed rotting for a good day because I was just so tired from. I don't know what I was tired from. Definitely not YouTube. I never really get tired from this. But I was just bed rotting for like a whole day. The next day, I spent like 10 hours recording like 20 videos, and then I just edited them all. Then I did a bunch of gaming videos. I just worked myself for a good like 5 to 10 hours. It was actually
That was
wild.
all you did today. You didn't even step outside at all. Now, I did make some time for hobbies and things like that, but not much. I was just putting way too much time into YouTube. And not only when I was at home, but also on the go. YouTube has this app called YouTube Studio, and you can look at your analytics. And I think most YouTube...
Yeah, I have quite a bit of hours looking at all my analytics. I can see all my comments. I can see like real-time views for like constant. So I can see, yeah, I have 0 for the last hour. It's pretty bad. But honestly, not too bad for the last 48 hours. I got 197, so that's pretty good. But honestly, it's not doing too bad. We are actually more than halfway through on watch hours for the last 365 days. Basically, if I hit 3,000 in the next 365 days, I can start benefiting from videos, which will be awesome. I'm really excited to do that. So we'll have to see how that goes. But subscribe, watch the videos. I would appreciate it. Go check out my gaming channel too.
YouTubers can agree when I say this. That shit can become a crippling addiction. I just habitually open it at this point. I'm out with my friends, checking the YouTube Studio analytics. On a vacation, yo, where's YouTube Studio at? At a Christmas party? Oh, what's the RPM like during the holidays? Like, oh my God, dude, do yourself a favor and log off the app. And due to my unhealthy work-life balance, I would always fall into this trap. Whenever I'm out with my friends or something like that, I always get hit with that guilt. Like, hey man, you could be making a video right now. You could be locked in.
Dude, oh my God. This is relatable, even though I'm such a smaller channel. Like, I do think about that. Like, I'm out and doing something that I probably don't need to be doing. Like, going to play pickleball at the gym, and I literally, or something I'm like enjoying, and my brain's just like, you could be making a video, but instead you're just doing nothing. Like, bro, all right.
Mode. And as great as being productive and getting stuff done is, you can also have fun with your friends. You should not feel guilty for doing that. I mean, not too much fun to the point where you're drinking every night. That's just OD. But I realized the importance of balancing that when I made YouTube my full-time job. I realized that eventually I would have to tell people that I did this for a job, which I didn't really mind, but I wasn't really sure how people were going to react, especially if I said I left school to do this. There's just some times where people don't really understand it. I should have just said something like, yeah, man, I'm a Google content analyst. That sounds a lot more professional than I make stickman videos for a living. Now, 9 times out of 10, people would think it was really cool. If anything, people literally subscribe to my channel right in front of my face. And it's
People
really
do that whenever I told people I do YouTube. It's pretty
awesome to see, bro, and I really appreciate it. And I'm glad most people are chill with what I do. So I don't really know what I was worried about, but sometimes people would tell me, you're being ridiculous, kid. Like, what the hell? Go back to college, bucko. Or sometimes I would just get hit with, you're a YouTuber?
It's a lot of older people that do that. Like, my family barely knows that I even still do YouTube, to be honest. Like, it's not like, if it becomes a thing that, you know, will be noticeable, I think the only time I'm ever going to tell my parents is when I actually have a very steady income. And I'm like, I'm going to drop out of school and do this full time, get an apartment, and, you know, do what I want to be doing, because this is what I want to do. You know, I want to travel. I want to be able to do YouTube videos. I want to be able to do content creation. I want to do everything with that, but I can't without your guys' support. Again, subscribe to the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. Because, you know, I want to do this, but obviously I'm in college for, you know, my major, so I have to do that for my parents. So I got to make them proud, but I also want to make sure I do what I want to do and love doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
And they kind of say it in this tone that was like, really? What the dude? Yeah? Like, what do you want me to say?
No, a lot of young people that I meet that are like around my age, they always subscribe to the channel, but I never really talk about it in my channel now because it's kind of honest.
I think when I say I'm a YouTuber, some people just imagine a completely different picture in their head. They think of somebody who whips around Lamborghinis in the middle of Los Angeles.
That
they
was like
only
20,
wear designer
2010s.
clothing, and they're always carrying around like this huge vlog camera. And as you know, sometimes there were YouTubers that were just straight up assholes to people. And I think this is the case because sometimes people will ask me this as a follow-up question. And usually it's the older generation that says this. So, you're one of those influencers? I hate that word. I hate it. Okay, in all seriousness though, I understand why they would say that, but I don't really like being called an influencer. I'm not influencing shit, bro. These videos are just purely for entertainment. So at the end of the day, it's not really that deep.
Honestly, I've heard a lot of people say like I take content, and it's understandable to think that, but it's mainly not. My content is mainly based with commentary, and also gaming. Like I want to be able to do that. It does suck that people still think that I just take content. My content is mainly commentary. Like I want to do my comments and my opinions. Joe Bartolozzi does the same thing. Queso does the same thing. Jinxie does the same thing. And yeah, they sometimes do different things and they do the same, like similar things. But it's a lot of people do what I do. It's not that I just take content. The person that commented, no hate, dude, but you got to understand that some people aren't just taking content; they're making content out of other content. And my content isn't just me doing this video, because this is great content. I always link the video down in the description, everything like that. But I'm also adding to it. I'm commenting on it. You know, you can't just, I don't know. I got kind of pressed the other day.
People kind of get this idea like, wow, this dude's got brands calling his phone. He's got paparazzi in his face. That's just not the case. And I'd much rather it be that way because I don't want to have to walk around with security guards 24/7. That would definitely not be comfortable with that many people knowing who I am.
That's what I don't want to do. I want to stay at a good level. I want to have like a mill, because I don't think a lot of people would be on you if you had a mill. I think it's just like pretty basic. That's like a good number. Anything above that would be fine. I mean, it'd be great. You know, it'd be awesome to have that much. But I feel like I want to have like Mr. Beast level, because I don't want to have to constantly have security on me. I want to just be able to live my life. Especially my family. I don't want my family having to go through anything that, you know, they don't deserve. Like I don't want them having to deal with like, oh, whenever they go out, they have to be constantly asked questions, or they have to go out with security. I want to be able to just live their life. You know what I'm saying?
In here in this crusty ass gaming chair at 8 p.m. recording this video, and then I gotta come back and edit the video. But yeah, I kind of had the same picture in my head when I was a kid. I thought all YouTubers could just wipe their ass with $20 bills and they all lived in content houses like the FaZe house, but that just was not the case. And what I also didn't realize either, videos really do take time to make. Like I remember people like FaZe Rug and Rice Gum saying, yeah guys, I just edited up this vlog, it took me about an hour, and that made me think editing videos was insanely easy. But obviously it depends what style of content you make, because if I really did full-on animation, you would see me every 3 months. I would have the worst upload schedule known to man. So I'll just stick to editing stick figures in Premiere Pro, and even that takes a lot longer than I thought. But like I said at the beginning, this shit is not harder than a 9 to 5. And everybody that says that,
no, even if I say that I'll be working on this, if I ever, you know, want to do this full time, it will not be harder than a 9 to 5. 100%.
They're full of shit. I could wake up at 12 p.m. if I really wanted to, and I can work from wherever I want. So obviously I'm very thankful to have this opportunity, and I really want to make the most of it while I'm still enjoying it, because deep down I know that my passion for YouTube won't last forever, because there's no way I'm gonna be hopping on the mic at 50 years old. I'm gonna have to hang up the hat one day. And I want to keep all these things in mind when I continue to make content. Keeping a healthy work-life balance, experiment with different topics, and so on. Because this year, there were a couple times where I felt like I almost lost my love for the game. So what do I want to do differently in 2026 to avoid that? Well, first, I want to make better quality videos. I want to stop dropping videos just for the sake of dropping them. And I want to make sure that
that's fair. I think that's what I want to do. I want to be able to, I don't want to just do this. You know, I don't want to just do reaction videos. I want to start doing more things. I want to start reacting to things, trying things. Whenever I did the ranking for like chips, I want to get every chip flavor that I have physically and try them and give you guys ratings. Have different setups, do more gaming videos. You know, I want to be able to do all those things with you guys. So let me know, guys, what you want to see in the comments. I think that's the end of the video though, because he's just kind of talking about, you know, what he wants to do. So if you guys do enjoy, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. And also, gaming video is coming out soon, so make sure to be aware of that. And as always, have a good one.